Welcome to The Explainer. Look, we're tailoring our focus today specifically for you, the focused learner who wants to cut through all that digital noise and just get straight to the facts about cybersecurity. Today, we're unpacking a massive reality check when it comes to online privacy and how systems are actually defended. It's going to be a good one, so let's dive right in. Now, a lot of people think that flipping that little switch on their personal VPN makes them, completely invisible online, like a digital ghost, right? But does your VPN actually make you invisible? Well, today's explainer is going to completely challenge that everyday assumption you might have about your personal online privacy. We're going to break down the mechanics of network routing, and trust me on this, it's probably not what you've been led to believe by all that flashy consumer marketing.
Okay, moving into Section 1, Inside Ethical Hacking, Understanding the Rules.
So, to really understand how systems get exposed, we first need to get into the mindset of the people testing these digital boundaries. The foundation of literally everything we're looking at today rests on one golden rule. The concepts we are discussing are strictly for educational and defensive security awareness purposes. The community absolutely does not promote or support unauthorized or illegal activities. Ethical hackers learn how security vulnerabilities work, how systems get exposed, and exactly how to defend them. But they always test systems exclusively in controlled lab environments or with explicit written permission. I mean, you got to know how the locks work if you want to build a better door, right?
All right, let's dive into Section 2, the vulnerability reality, where we learn that no system is 100% unbreachable.
This is a pretty sobering truth, and it spans from the absolute simplest web applications you might use every single day, all the way up to massive, complex enterprise networks. Bottom line? Every single system has potential flaws. So what do those flaws actually look like in practice? Well, think of them like unlocked windows on a house. It could be an outdated SSH service left running on port 22, which, if you didn't know, is a super common way administrators log into servers remotely. Or it could be a misconfigured firewall that just accidentally lets the wrong traffic through. Now, these might seem like simple system oversights to us, but to a malicious attacker, they're basically giant flashing welcome signs. Ethical hackers study these exact weaknesses to find them before the bad guys do. The entire goal here is to identify these common open doors and patch them up securely.
That brings us to Section 3, the VPN invisibility myth, or expectation versus reality. So, we've talked about enterprise networks and firewalls, but let's shift gears for a second to the tools you probably use on your very own personal devices. There is a stark contrast we really need to understand here: encryption versus anonymity. Guys, they are not the same thing. The source material points out that relying on a VPN for total invisibility is really only half the story. See, VPNs are designed to do one primary thing very, very well, and that is to encrypt your data traffic. They scramble your data so that if someone's snooping on your network, they can't read your traffic. But they do not make you anonymous. Why? Because you're simply shifting the trust from your internet service provider to the VPN provider. The VPN provider still facilitates your traffic, they still route it, and yeah, they still know exactly who you are. Acting as a single point of failure, they provide only limited anonymity because you are quite literally just changing who is handling your data. So it's a secure tunnel, sure, but it's definitely not a magical cloaking device that just erases your identity from the internet. Let's move on to Section 4, True Network Routing, Beyond Consumer Tools.
Now, you might be wondering, if a consumer VPN doesn't make you an invisible ghost, how is real privacy or true routing actually achieved? Well, it requires moving way beyond basic consumer applications into much more advanced, highly technical territory. To understand true network routing, you have to look at advanced concepts like proxy chains and custom security protocols. Instead of just sending your data to one single VPN server, which again is that single point of failure we just talked about, proxy chains actually route your connection through multiple different independent proxies. It creates these incredibly complex layers of separation. And this right here is the actual foundation of how cybersecurity professionals understand and achieve true network routing when real anonymity is the goal, rather than just basic encryption.
And honestly, this naturally leads us to a crucial question for anyone wanting to test these advanced concepts defensively. How secure is your local lab environment? If you're going to be working with proxy chains or poking around looking for misconfigured firewalls to patch, you absolutely need a safe, isolated place to do it. Think about your own setup for a second. Are you ready to build a secure local lab so you can practice ethical hacking safely without risking your main network? The source material strongly hints that setting up those proxies and building that secure local lab environment is the logical next step in this learning journey. Keep that question in mind, stay safe out there, keep learning, and I'll see you in our next explainer.